household when you're growing up? Was it a particularly Christian household at all?
No.
Was it a Muslim household?
No religion.
Nothing.
No religion in my life. No, there was none like none of that at all. My parents weren't. No, they weren't like. I feel like my. So because my parents are a bit older, I only ever met my granddad on my dad's side. I never met either of my grandmas. Right. Because they died before I was born, and I didn't meet my mum's dad either. So in terms of that, it was quite kind of. But then my mum was one of five. Five. It's some weird. Yeah. And my dad was one of like two. So I've got quite a bit of family more on my mum's side. But yeah, that was never. No, there was never God in my life, and I've turned it alright for it. I think.
Devil child.
I'm not a religious person at all. Like,
I was going to ask what's your position on that sort of stuff now.
People are entitled to believe what they want.
Yeah, 100%. What makes you happy?
I don't have any. I don't feel like I. Yeah, I understand why a lot of people. It's funny. So on my work placement, I worked with a guy called Carlos, who's Colombian, and he wasn't religious, but
Carlos Sainz?
Not Carlos Sainz. Not Carlos. Carlos Castner. And he was. He wasn't religious, but all his family were, and Colombia's a very religious country.
Yeah.
And he was telling me about how. Which a perspective I hadn't seen, because I feel like at times I'd actually been like quite, when I was younger, and obviously you're formulating your views on things, and I was like, oh no, what's religion good for? Blah blah blah. It's not good for anyone. It just causes issues and rifts and blah blah blah. Yeah. But actually, he was saying that to a lot of people who have nothing and are really struggle to get by and live in genuine poverty, not like poverty in this country, like absolute poverty. The idea of an afterlife, a religion,
something to look forward to,
is all that some people have. They have nothing else, and if they didn't have that, depressing. Then you know what I mean. There'd be no point. Literally, there'd be nothing for them to live for. So it's like it does serve a purpose in a lot of parts of the world, and I understand why people are drawn towards it. And again, I think it manifests a lot of community in people, and I think that the good that comes of it is bringing people together, which again is not intrinsically because of the religion, but it. You know, whenever whenever you've got like a common enemy, it's like this country was no more united than when we were fighting, the Nazis in World War II. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like when everyone's got common the same
cause.
To work towards.
Yeah, I think it's a good thing. I think it's more sort of on the global scale where it can become problems, but in communities or on a personal level, it's very positive thing for someone to have. But I'd say I'm more sort of. I wouldn't say I'm an atheist. I'd say I'm more of an agnostic. There's like, I would find it hard to believe that there isn't something, or very depressing to think that there isn't something after. But also, I've absolutely no idea. So it could go either way, to be fair. But on a sort of similar topic, what are your opinions on ghosts and spirits and that kind of side? Do you believe in that kind of stuff?
No.
Not at all?
No, I've never had personally an experience.
So is that all that would change your mind? As if you wouldn't ever believe someone else saying it was only if you personally
because I think
the
human mind's a very powerful thing, and I think like I can understand that people have had experiences and like will genuinely believe that they've had a real experience, and it might have been real in their mind. But whether it's actually real in the real world,
right? Okay.
Because I mean, I'm like, it'll be funny. I've been to Amsterdam before. What happens in Amsterdam stays in Amsterdam, and
where's this going?
In terms of my experiences with that. If anything, when I've had those experiences, that's told me even more that wow, the human mind is capable of some insane shit.
Right. Okay. Gotcha.
And that tells me, if not even more, that I will believe it when I see it. But also, I don't even know if I saw it. I don't even know if I believe that myself, because again, the human mind is capable of some mad stuff.
Yes.
And whether it actually manifests itself in reality, and again, the reality, like every color that you see, like the shade of orange you see is slightly different to the shade that I see.
That's a Vsauce video.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay, Michael here.
Is your yellow the same as my yellow? Isn't that? Oh my god,
never
that
is.
shit blows your mind. Yeah,
Literally,
you'll never ever know.
It's crazy.
It's
So
the same.
yeah, I don't believe I don't believe that I don't
Yeah.
believe ghosts actually exist in the world around us, but I do believe that people have had genuine experiences
Right.
within their consciousness.
Yeah.
So
Well, I do believe in ghosts, and I believe I have had a experience with a ghost. I've never seen anything, but I'll tell you it, and you can tell me on a scale of 1 to 10 how
okay,
crazy
go on.
you
No,
think I
I'm
am.
interested.
Basically, what happened was I was at home. This must have been like 3 years ago, in sixth form. I was in my room. Brian was on my bed, doing work. No music on, nothing. Parents are out, just chilling, doing my work. I heard, it wasn't in my head, I heard someone walk up my stairs.
How do you know it wasn't in your head?
I don't know, it wasn't in my head, but it was like, I can tell you I didn't know it was in my head because Brian reacted to it.
Right.
So Brian looked around like someone was there, and I heard someone go up. It wasn't even like the whole thing of the steps. It was from like halfway up the steps up to my parents' side, and I didn't think it was a ghost at first. I thought it was someone in the house. I thought someone had broken in. So I grabbed the nearest weapon to me, which happened to be a tennis racket. So I ran out of my room.
All right, Roger Federer.
Just
backhand.
backhand him. Backhand the ghost. So I ran out being like, genuinely like, who's there? Like, get out the fucking house.
Yeah.
I would check around every room, like doing the Call of Duty where they like kick down the door. I was like, oh, there's no one in there. Oh, like every room of the house, I was just doing that. Nothing there.
Yeah.
And then I was like, wait, what the hell was that then? And I started thinking about it, and I was like, oh my god, what the hell was happening?
So, what do you think it was, though?
I don't know. That's why, because it's more like, it's not like, oh, I heard a ghost. It's more like, I heard something that's unexplained.
Yeah.
It could be a ghost, but could just be like,
so I've seen, I've never had, I feel like I've seen a UFO in terms of, I've seen something that...
You've seen an unidentified flying object.
Yes, yeah, because when you say UFO, you think aliens straight away.
Yeah.
So, no, I've just seen something that...
Flying that you don't know what it
was very bizarre. I remember I was driving to Glastonbury, and it was, you have to go like the middle of the night to get a good spot, and it took like 10 hours to get there because of the traffic. Insane. And I remember driving down, and it was on that A303, which is the one that goes past Stonehenge, but it was kind of before that. I was driving down, and there was a light, and obviously because it was dark, it's impossible to tell how close that light is to you. But the way it was moving, it seemed like it wasn't that high up.
Right.
Like maybe like a couple of 100 meters up.
Okay.
And I was driving, and I was like looking at it, and I was like,
what?
What is that? And it was like, it was like, again, it looked like it wasn't that high.
Yeah.
And then obviously I was driving, but I was trying not to crash.
Yeah.
And I was trying to keep looking at it, and it was like, and then it just like, I can't remember if it just stopped or just disappeared or whatever. But again, there's so many, like, I find it hard to believe that these things can't just be...
There's so many things it could have just been a drone with a light on it.
Yeah.
Something like that. Like, you never know.
It's we're never going to know these, and that's why it's so, like,
fun to speculate.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
Because you're never going to truly know.